Hey guys, I'm back again. I'm going to be talking about an attraction that's got a lot of history to it, which is the Carousel of Progress. Like, like the idea for this first started in the 1964 New York's World Fair. Like he made, like Walt made four attractions for there, and that was one of them. Leave a comment if you want to hear about the other ones. But anyway, that's like like how the idea first came up for it, and it would basically how the idea would work. Little it's a circular theater sort of thing, which has a little stage in the middle thing, which stays perfectly still, and there's a sort of theaters. Like there's a stage, and these are the theaters sort of thing. The the theaters rotate, and the stage stays the same. Or stays there, basically. Basically, you'd see a little animatronic act, where it's supposed to be somebody's got to be telling you how progress is, and you're gonna be in a certain time period, and someone's gonna be telling you how progress is, and then you start to rotate, and from an aerial view, if you were to look down with no roof there, you'd see that the theaters would rotate counterclockwise during that time. And also, just so you know, this show here was an immediate smash hit, pretty much. There's a lot of people who came to see it, and after I think 4 acts or something, they I think that's probably how much there were at the time. You'd go up a speed ramp sort of thing, and which is basically, for those of you who don't know, it's supposed to be some escalator with, but instead of stairs, there's a conveyor belts. That's what you call a speed ramp. And that's pretty much it. And then it was then it was later brought to Disneyland in Tomorrowland for the 1967 New Tomorrowland. And this was in the area which is now Innoventions is, just so you know, this is where it played. You'd go in there, and it'd be sort of the same stages, you watch the show, and sort of revolves around and around and around, sort of after each act. And then fifth act was, again, you go up a speed ramp to see a model city of the future sort of thing. I heard this was actually supposed to be Walt Disney's original plan for Epcot, is what it basically was. Uh, and I think and then after in 1973 or 5 or something, somewhere at that point, it it closed in Disneyland to be replaced by America Sings, and was later moved to Disney World in Florida. And then, what happened to, the one in Florida was basically, had a little bit of changes into it, or in it. The theaters would now, instead of rotating clockwise, or the original, the original thing went. Sorry if I said counterclockwise for first time. to say which direction. Like it now rotates counterclockwise. Instead of this, it's this. Kind of. And also another change is there's no like sort of fifth act or whatever where you go up a speed ramp to see the progress city model is what they called it. Like model of the future or whatever. You now see that on the Disney World version of what they call the People Mover, which is kind of weird because there's in the model of the future, the transportation is people movers. If you know what those are, like leave a comment if you want to hear about that. And what and the and I also had some changes to it, like I think for example, technology had improved, like animatronic technology had improved, and like and other stuff too. Like the family was like now up to date. Like the little family tells you about progress in there, and like then 1993 for Disney World's like updated Tomorrowland, like sort of new Tomorrowland, what they called it. It was they like changed it again by making it like calling it Walt Disney's Carousel Progress. Sort of like the Enchanted Tiki Room, almost sounds like that. And I think that had to be a little bit updated in other places. Like for example, in the holding area, or like they had or basically outside where you'd wait, they had pre-show monitors there, which would tell the history of the attraction from 1964 to present day, like I'm doing now. And, oh, and just so you know, there's actually a song that they play in this thing, like the little family that tells you how progress is. They sing, just so you know. And originally, from 1964 to the 1975 version, the song was A Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. They sing that. But then in the 1975 version, they changed it to the song The Best Time of Your Life. But now in the 1993 version, it's now changed back to A Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow. And also the Carousel of Progress since 1993, it hasn't been touched since. It hasn't it's pretty much all it only operates seasonally because it lost its GE sponsor, which sponsored from 1964 to about 1989 or something, somewhere there. And so it now has no sponsor. It operates seasonally, so it's on its way to death. Or death. Said it wrong. And that's... And it's also dated, too, since if something in Disney World hasn't been touched since the 90s, it's dated nowadays. And that's pretty much it right now. Leave a comment for what else Disney stuff you want to hear, because I really want to say about some Disney stuff. Bye!